So we're going to be doing a tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to try to recreate this concrete lamp. We're going to create the concrete lamp with these random edges here where the breaks are. We're also going to try and recreate the wire mesh here. We're not going to go for every little detail, and we're not going to spend time texturing, but we're going to use the multi-cut tool to cut this out of a polygon cylinder, and then we're going to also use the multi-cut tool to fix the topology. So the first thing we need to do is go into polygon primitives and select cylinder. I want to make this a little bit bigger. I'm just going to eyeball this. Let's go here. We're going to go to inputs, and we're going to make this 30, 20, sorry, and this one 10, so that we have some nice even squares right there. And I don't want the top of this, so I'm just going to go in here and delete this. And I'm going to duplicate it because I'm going to have one of these for the mesh and one of these for the concrete. And we'll start out with the concrete. So looking at it here on the side, I'm going to grab my modeling toolkit, and I'm going to start off with the multi-cut tool. So this is kind of straight, so I'm going to leave that, and then I'm going to kind of go in here, go like this, go like this, maybe go in here, press enter. So what the multi-cut tool does, it allows us to just cut wherever we want to cut. We're going to go in and fix some things a little bit later. But let's go here. Let's maybe cut out this part. Maybe go here, here, here. Something like that. Alright. And if I want, I can just delete what I don't want. Just get an idea of what I've got here. Okay. Delete that. So that's going to be the first part. Right about there. Not exactly the same, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to do what we... Just getting the basic idea. And then we'll go here. Kind of cut up along here. Do some random cutting. Maybe something like that. Maybe cut here, here. Like that. Alright? Let's delete that. So something like this. Alright. So what do we need to do next? We want to fix the topology a little bit. So you'll see here I've got two triangles, which is fine for something like this, but actually if I use my multi-cut tool, I can go here and here, cut that, and delete this one and delete this one, and now it's a quad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have a 5-sided polygon here, and I'm not going to get a quad out of this. I will just triangle this, and then I can add one here, Okay. And I'm going to try and just add a point right there. There it is. And that's a quad. And then I have this corner right here. So it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides before. I add this line here. Now it's 4-sided, 2 4-sided polygons. Let's go here. Do it here. Again, 5-sided polygon. Put it in here. Keeps going over there. Something like this. So I'm creating quads. I think I can add another line here. It's a quad, 4-sided. And then here, if I cut across here, and I can get a quad. So 4-sided, 4-sided. Alright, and I'm just kind of eyeballing that. Alright, here I've got this. So 1, 2, 3, 4-sided, 1, 2, 3, 4-sided. Here's a triangle. Now, triangles, actually, you don't need to do this if you don't want to, but if you're trying to have perfect topology for subdivision surfaces, it's better to have just quads. So 4-sided, 4-sided, 4-sided. Now here, if I go this way, I'm creating 2 quads, but I'm having a problem. I might need to go all the way across here. So I keep quad all the way across, and I create 2 quads here. This one already is 1, 2, 3, 4. Go here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice that I am deleting stuff that I don't need. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add another one here. Quad, quad, quad. Let's make this triangle quad. Go here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a triangle. Let's quad that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And quad this one. Again, I can keep the triangles if I want, but this means that if I wanted to, I can edge loop all the way across. If it was a triangle, it wouldn't have that same flow of topology. Alright, so it looks a little bit weird, but this is a piece of broken concrete, so it's not too unexpected. Did I miss this one? You can just look here, see? When I try to do my edge loop around here, it doesn't work because this is a triangle, so I lose that. Let's quad this triangle. And you'll see now this connects up a little bit better. Okay. Alright. We got quads all around. This is a 5-side polygon. And look here, and I see that there's a triangle, and this is 5 sides. So I need to fix this. So I'm going to go here and cut across there. I'm going to go in here. So now this has 4 sides. This has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides also. So I still keep my quad topology. And let's look at how the edge, see, I'm getting this nice edge flow. When that was a triangle, the triangles kill the edge flow. Let's just redo. Okay. So I think I've got a pretty good setup here with all quads. Okay. Now I want to have some thickness here, so I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab the faces, and I'll just extrude those out. Just reset the settings, and I'll pull it out something like this. Alright, press enter. There we go. Alright, so now I've got this as the base. So next, I'm going to be creating this wire mesh. Now I want to make the wire mesh kind of in the middle of all this. Something like that. Alright. Now I only want the wire mesh for as much as I need it. So I'm just going to grab this. Go like this. Looks pretty good. A bit too much. I don't want to do unnecessary work. Alright. Something like that. Alright. And I'm going to, so I've selected all those faces because I'm going to use these lines as the wire mesh. And I'm going to invert that. Invert selection, and I'm going to delete everything I don't need. I'll just move this out of the way. Okay, so I have all these. I'm going to go to edge, and I'm going to say bevel. Alright, and let's reset that. And what I want to do is I want to create something like this, where these guys right here, these are going to be extruded as wires. Alright, press enter. Now the annoying part is I'm going to need to delete all the faces I don't want. Something like this. Alright, and it's in face mode. I'm going to select it, and I'm going to extrude. It's way too much. We just need a little bit. Press enter. So now if I press 3, you'll see that it rounds out. But it's not those nice little kind of grids that I want. I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to go to use a new tool called the Insert Edge Loop. I'm going to click on this little box, and I'm going to, the base is relative distance. I want to do multiple edge loops and use equal modifier, and let's turn it to 4. I'll press enter. What that means is I click here, it automatically adds 4 equally spaced edge loops. And again, this is a little annoying, but if I go like this on the edge loops, then this evenly spaces out the subdivisions along the So what I see is here it's nice. I want to get back here. So I needed that extra geometry for my subdivisions to calculate the algorithm the way I want it to. And it's taking time. Okay, and press 3, and there we go. Object mode. There we go. Something. It's even got those little connections. I could play with it a little bit more if I wanted to, but I actually like this look. All right. So I've got this, and I've got this. So I move this over, and you see, I now have this mesh inside. All right. Not bad. Alright, so that's not bad. That's very computerish. Everything is perfect. I can press 3. It's a little mushy. It's almost like it's not really hard concrete, but it gets the basic idea. And I've kept everything to be quads, and I added in this mesh right here. Okay. Now, if I wanted to, I could say save this. Call this lamp subd 01. Okay. Now, I wanted to say sometimes you don't want everything to be so perfect. You know, you want a little roughness on there. So what we can do is, if you look at this thing right here, how this is kind of bent a little bit, we sometimes need to spend some time making things not perfect. So I might go in here, grab this, and in my toolbox right here, I can turn on soft select. And what soft select does is it will select multiple faces like this, and then softly, this gives me a little bit of a roundness. Maybe it's something like here. So now it's not so perfect, as if it's been bent a bit, you know. But it's not doing just a single face. It kind of is moving a lot, and you can see how it goes from yellow to red. The yellow is the full influence of the selection, all the way to no influence at all. And I'll turn that off. So that's one way to get a little bit of randomness in there, so it's not perfect. And another thing, another place is this really great mel script called randompoints.mel. So I can go here and load a script. So I've already downloaded that. You can find this one. Where did I put it? You can find this one at simplymaya.com, forum, show thread. What I did is I googled randompoints.mel, and this came up. It used to be on Creative Crash. I can't find it there anymore. But I have it in my own library. So what I go is load script, and I have mine in resources, script library, modeling, and it's called random points. I say OK, and down here in the mel, make sure it's mel, not Python, because this is an older script. I will select all here, down here, and I press command and I execute. And what that's going to do is that's going to bring up a brand new kind of tool that didn't exist before, that somebody wrote. And so I can grab all of my vertexes on this, and I can say I want to randomize these just a bit. So I randomize like that, and you see, instead of being perfectly nice, it now has kind of given it a little bit more. It's not so perfect. Maybe I should have done more on the edges here, but you know, let's just say that overall this concrete lamp is going to be a little less perfect than it used to be. And you press 3, maybe it's kind of nice. We could close this up, and you know, just for fun, what we can do is let's just put a light in there and see what it looks like. Let's just put a light in here and see what it looks like. This is a very hack way of putting a light in something, but it'll get us what we need. First, let's turn on Mental Ray. You go to Windows, Plugin Manager. Down here, turn on Mental Ray, loaded. It's going to go here. Close it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a polygon sphere. This is going to be my light bulb. Put it something like this. Right there. And I'm going to go to my rendering, hypershade. This is not going to be full Mental Ray. This is kind of a Mental Ray cheap. I'm going to go to Lambert. And on Lambert, I can go to the attribute editor. And I can say ambient color. Let's make that white. Incandescence, I'm going to make it white with just a tinge of yellow. Just a tinge of yellow. And the value I'm going to make 10. So it's going to be very bright. And how do I get that value? I change it from RGB to HSV, hue, saturation, and values. Alright? So I'm also going to just turn on glow. So it has this is why I'm cheating. And I add this in. Assign material. So now that's white. I'm not even going to take the time to add a texture to a concrete texture to this, but that wouldn't be too hard to do. And I can open up my render settings, change to Mental Ray, turn off my default light here, turn on indirect lighting, final gathering, and I want to turn on image-based lighting just a little bit, texture, move this over just